If you're looking to buy a stacked NBA 2K account with max badges and more, visit sportstmb.com. He has been in the community for years and has hundreds of reviews. Click the first link in the description to get your account today.
Before this video starts, if you enjoy this video, there are many more like it already on the channel, with many more like it to come in the future, so subscribe. I'm trying to hit 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so I'd really appreciate it. Also, drop a like on the video so it does better in YouTube's algorithm. Today, I wanted to talk about some of the young players in the NBA. The league is in some pretty damn good hands with some of the young talent that's been coming in the past few years. Zion looks like he is a generational talent. Luka by year 2 has already proved to be a generational talent. And then a tier below that, there are guys like Trae Young and Ja Morant, who look like they will be competing for the best point guard in the league title once Steph Curry loses it. I also want to talk about Devin Booker because he has a real chance of being one of the highest scoring players of all time, and I don't see many people talk about it. So I wanted to talk about Luka, Trae, Ja, Zion, and Devin Booker, and as you can probably infer from the title, I wanted to look at some of the NBA's brightest young stars and see where they're going to rank on some all-time box score lists. Will Luka join the 30K point club while also getting 10,000 assists? Will Trae Young break the record for most threes ever made? What kind of numbers will Zion put up in his career? Well, let's find out as I do way more math than I am even close to qualified for. By the way, my sleep schedule has gotten to the point where I am writing scripts at 3 a.m. So on top of me being bad at math, you're also getting that bad math with me being very tired. So, yeah. Also, this is pure and rough speculation. If you plan on coming back to this video in 2040 to tell me that I was wrong, you're right, I probably was. I'd be shocked if I wasn't. Also, I'm not going to be doing graphics for this math. I tried to do it, and then an hour later, I finished one of them. So, fuck that. Take my math's word for it, or don't. I really don't care. But with that said, let's start on Trae Young. Young, so far in his career, has only missed 8 games, so I'm going to make the assumption that he's going to be pretty durable throughout his career. Now, the fact that I'm taller than Trae has me concerned because playing among a bunch of 6'8", 250-pound players, Trae might get injured just from being small. But assuming that does not happen, I'm just going to say that Trae misses 8 games a year until the age of 33. And then after that, he misses 14 games a season until the age of 38, so 5 more years. Based on Trae's skill set, I'm also going to assume that he ages well. He is fast, but he's not so fast that it's like a big part of his game. And then obviously the dude is not exactly playing above the rim. And then as for his all-time rankings, we're going to focus on points, assists, and 3-point makes. Up until the age of 33, we're going to say Trae averages 27 points, 8 assists, and shoots 38% from 3 on 12 attempts per game. I really think he'll shoot that much in his career, which would be 4.56 made threes per game. Playing 74 games a year for 12 years, that would result in 23,976 points, 7,104 assists, and 4,044 threes made. And then in his older age, we'll say he averages 23 points, 6.5 assists, and shoots the same percentage from 3, but is only taking 10 a game, which is obviously 3.8 made threes a game. Playing 68 games a year for 5 years, that results in 7,820 points, 2,210 assists, and 1,292 threes. Combining that with his career totals already, and for his career, Trae will score 35,123 points, get 10,527 assists, and make 5,702 three-pointers, which would put him 4th all-time in points, because by then LeBron is going to be in the 35,000 point club, 3rd all-time in assists, and then he would absolutely shatter the three-pointers made record, which I expect a lot of players to do from this generation coming up. Steph definitely won't always be sitting at number 1 in threes made because he's 30 years old. There's only so many more that he can make in his career. With a generation of shooters playing in a game where the three ball is the most important shot in the game, there will be players who make over 5,000 threes in their careers. I'm almost certain of it. Now let's talk about Devin Booker. I'm only going to be focusing on points scored with Booker because his overall game is good, but it's not standout. And also, he's been kind of a disappointing three-point shooter, so I don't think he's going to be crazy high on the three-point makes list. Booker has been off and on injury-wise, but in general, I'd say he's pretty durable, so I'm going to say he plays 73 games a season, and he plays until he's 39. I'm giving him that extra year before retirement because Devin Booker is actual NBA player size, unlike Trae Young. But let's say Devin Booker averages 27 points a game until the age of 34, and he plays 73 games a season. That would give him 21,681 points. Then from 34 to 39, he averages 24 a game, playing 68 games a year. That's an additional 8,160 points, which when you add the 7,439 points that he has already scored in his career, and you get 37,280 points, which is just short of 1st all-time behind Kareem. But also for a player that I would not even consider a top 20 player in the league, that's certainly a lot. Now let's go to one of the biggest contenders for my favorite player in the league, and that is Luka Doncic. Luka missed 10 games his rookie year and 17 his second year, so he's not the most durable, but he's also not exactly injury prone. And like Trae and Booker, athleticism is not a big part of Luka's game, it's mostly his IQ and skill. I expect his game to age gracefully. So we'll say he plays 68 games a year until the age of 33, averaging 27, 8, and 8. That leads to a total of 23,868 points, as well as 7,072 assists and rebounds. And then from 33 to 39, same retirement age, I gave Booker 23 points, 6 assists, and 6 rebounds, playing 60 games a year. That is a total of 8,280 points and 2,160 assists and rebounds. When adding all of that with what he's done so far in his career, we have a total of 35,223 points, 10,131 assists, and 10,297 rebounds, which would make him the only player in NBA history with 30,000 points, 10,000 assists, and 10,000 rebounds. However, again, LeBron is going to keep playing, so he would become the 2nd player to do that. Luka seriously has potential to be in the GOAT conversation by the time his career is over. Now let's talk about Zion and Ja Morant. Now I saved these two for last, because there's a lot more speculation to be had here. We've already seen Trae Young average 30 points and 9 assists. We've already seen Luka average nearly a 30-point triple-double. We've already seen Devin Booker get a shit ton of buckets. But with Ja and Zion, we only have their rookie years to go on, and Zion's rookie year was only 19 games, so there's a lot of speculation to be had here. And another unfortunate aspect of this is that I'm going to have to assume that these guys retire earlier than the 3 guys before them because their game heavily relies on athleticism. Trae, Luka, and Booker are not athletic players, and even if they were, their overall talent does not come from that, it comes from their skill. But with Ja and Zion, their games are much more about athleticism. That's not to say they don't have skill, but their athleticism is a huge part of their game. And those players tend to age more poorly and retire earlier. So with that said, I'm going to model Ja Morant's career similar to Dwayne Wade, with him retiring a little bit earlier and not playing a crazy amount of games. Meaning he's going to play around 67 games a season and retire at 36. Now there's a chance that Ja actually has Westbrook level durability, but I'm going to assume that that is not the case. Now, as for his stats, Ja Morant was not insane in the box score this year by any means, and because of his lack of a reliable jump shot, I also don't expect him to be quite as good of a scorer as any of the other players here. But for his prime, I'm going to say he averages 24 points per game and 8 assists. But from the ages of 21 to 22, he's going to average 20 points and 7 assists, again playing 67 games a year. That brings a total of 2,680 points and 938 assists. And then prime from ages 23 to 31 with 24 and 8 averages, playing 67 games. He gets a total of 12,864 points and 4,288 assists. And then from 32 to 36, we will give him averages of 18 points and 6.5 assists, playing 60 games a year, totaling 4,320 points and 1,560 assists. So in total, Ja finishes with 20,905 points and 7,195 assists. Now, that's a fair bit less than the players that I've talked about before him, but as I've said, I don't think he has the durability to get to the 30,000 point club or really anything close to it. I would love to be wrong about that, being that we're talking about a 20-year-old player. There's a very real chance that I am, and I hope I am. But if you feel slighted by that, Ja fan, nearly 21,000 points is still a lot. D Wade himself only scored 23,000 points in his career. But finally, let's get to Zion. Now with Zion, I originally anticipated that his peak would be like 26 points per game, but in his rookie year, or I guess I should say rookie 2 months, he already averaged 30 per 36, so I'm going to guess that his peak is around 30 points per game. From ages 20 to 23, I'm going to say he averages 27 a game, and then from 23 to 30, he'll average 30, and from 31 to 35, he'll average 24. Now, this level of scoring could make for an all-time scoring leader, however, unless he makes some major changes, I expect Zion to have many injury issues in his career, and I expect it to be cut short. So I'm going to say that Zion plays 62 games on average for his career and plays till he is 35. Now with all that laid out, from 20 to 22, he'll get 3,348 points. From 23 to 30, he will get 13,020 points. And from 31 to 35, he'll get 5,952 points. So in total, Zion scores 22,768 points in his career. I would love to see the guy be incredibly durable throughout his career, but a 280-pound dude with a horrible gait that loves to jump fucking 80 inches in the air is probably going to result in a lot of injuries and a relatively short career in comparison to the other guys here. It's really a disaster waiting to happen. I'm just hoping that the disaster either doesn't happen or it's not that bad. But that's where these players are going to rank all time based off of my math. Of course, there are so many variables here that these are only rough predictions, but hopefully that interested you. So that's the end of this video. Please be sure to like and subscribe for more NBA content like this, and cue the outro music.